Hello everyone and welcome back to Plants vs Zombies 2 Badly Explained, where today we'll be plundering the booty of the pirates who illegally downloaded my previous Ancient Egypt video, which makes no sense because it's free and you can watch it right now. Winks audibly. Starting off, Penny informs us that we are outside of space and time itself, and even with this knowledge, Dave's biggest priority is still trying to exchange his Taco Bell coupon. But honestly, I get it. Money is hard to come by, especially when you only have enough intelligence to build a goddamn time machine. But before we can go off to die of a vitamin C deficiency, Dave stops me to let me know what to do with the seed I've discovered, which is exactly what my dad did when I hit puberty. After sticking my seed in a hole and getting it wet, Penny tells me that we can convince it to grow faster by bribing it with the power of capitalism. I guess the reason I didn't hit my growth spurt until 15 is because my dad was too poor. After our child grows up, it immediately dies and turns into money, which I'm pretty sure is insurance fraud, adding to the list of felonies we can commit in Plants vs Zombies. To get over the loss, the game informs me that I can seed more holes. What fun! Then Jerry Seinfeld shows up and pollinates a child, just like he did in real life.
You like jazz?
Moving on, we finally arrive at Pirate Seas, which Penny starts complaining about, even though this was her idea. Truly awful writing from a mobile game that came out in 2013, Jesus Christ. With that horrifying revelation out of the way, we finally get to start the first level, and it's at this point that I decide to pick a variety of plants for every level to show them off to you guys. Plus, this game is stupidly easy anyway. And if I die, it's your fault, not mine. Eagle Eye viewers may have noticed that we don't have access to all 5 lanes this time around because we're fighting on boats, which means that the zombies have to extend their wood from their massive deck to fit into my ship's hull. Yeah, that guy hated that sentence just about as much as I did. It's at this point that we get to use the twin sunflower we unlocked in Ancient Egypt, which makes double the amount of sun. What did you expect? It's honestly amazing how these guys can grow out of solid wood but struggle when there's no grass around in the tutorial. Potato mine can't be planted above the water though, you know, for consistency. However, our prosperous potatoes can't hold them back all on their own, so I need to bust out the repeater. We then meet Swashbuckler Zombie, who just like me sometimes loses the will to live. Once that level is complete, we unlock Colonel Pult. Or if you're good friends with him, you can just call him Pult. Colonel Pult's deal is that he butters up the zombies even more than I butter up my boss for a raise to get minimum wage. This works mainly the same way as it did in the first game, but now it can one-shot Seagull Zombie, who despite being in international waters still thinks he's in Australia. That's what you get for only calling him the 10th best vegetable. Then, after punching enough birds to get hired at PETA, we get some coins, and EA gets some coins for forcing me to watch this ad. Corn always gets revenge. You'd be wise to remember that. It's at this point that we get the Zen Garden tutorial part 2 for some reason. Once I plant a sunflower, Penny gives me some money, and then the game immediately forces me to spend it, which is starting to get really annoying. I was gonna use that to buy ramen. Anyhow, this unlocks a plant food boost, which makes a plant activate its plant food ability every time it's planted. Plant. And as interesting of a concept as this is, I definitely miss the old Zen Garden. It was a lot more chill. This one is more realistic though, in the sense that after I water them, they immediately die. With that said, Sunflower's boost makes the next level a breeze, and it allows us to unlock the Snapdragon, who looks nothing like the plant that it's based on, but hey, it gotta be punny. Using Snapdragon, we get to unleash the wrath of hell upon our enemies, which is surprisingly not a war crime. Trust me, I checked. And while we're still feeling hot from the Snapdragons, we finally get to peruse some booty. Wait, dead man's booty? That's necrophilia, I'm pretty sure. Like Snow White. Moving on to day 5, I put Gravebuster in my loadout for some reason. Sorry buddy, no opportunities to bust today. Even with a questionable loadout, Colonel Pult's plant food ability of creaming on everybody's faces is still quite effective. You know, you'd figure that Snapdragon would be the last plant that you want to have on a boat made entirely of flammable wood. Wood, which is the corpses of their old friends, by the way. I'm telling you right now, Crazy Dave is a sociopath. Moving on, day 6 is literally the same as day 5, but 1 digit higher, which makes it better, I guess. Thankfully, that means we don't have to try very hard to unlock Spikeweed, which is such a cool plant. I wish I was Spikeweed so people would step up. Wait, no, this isn't Class of 09! Spikeweed works essentially the same way as he did in the last game, except now he counters Barrel Roller Zombie, who barrel rolls into battle to barrel roll over my plants like I barrel roll over children in the school playground with my car. After hearing that joke, the imp inside decided to leap into the ocean, and honestly, I can't blame him. No crap, it's a map, Penny. Man, I wish Owen Wilson was here. With that said, old Zomboss arrives and tells me that I have a small deck, which is just rude. It's during Zomboss's attack that we meet the Pirate Seas Gargantuar, who gives you the good old fish slap. Then they die because butter is surprisingly overpowered in this game, but only marginally. Merge similar items. I'm ready. But instead of merging similar items, I decide to murder some more zombies, thereby unlocking us the Spring Bean, who throws zombies overboard and tries to sleep away the guilt. Dear God, this guy is giving me flashbacks to Chomper. And in this next level, the zombies begin to shoot imps out of a cannon. So when they do it, it's fine, but when I do it, it's child abuse. Why does getting their feet poked make their helmets fall off? And as you ponder that mystery, Spring Bean will launch the zombies into the great abyss where they will never be seen again, their bodies never recovered, and they will never see the light of day. Oh, look at him, he's like a silly bean boy. Bang! Also, buttering the imp cannon causes it not to fire, which means that the person being fired is the one firing it, which makes me concerned for the mental health of this imp. They may be smiling on the outside, but they're hurting on the inside. Like a clown who just got a colonoscopy. We then get this really cool synchronized launch, and everything just starts going to hell because for some reason I didn't set up my snapdragons. I'm then forced to run over some children with my lawnmower, something that I've had a lot of practice doing before playing this game. I'm at the ship, where the zombies at? Springy want boing boing. And despite the Child Launcher 9000 exploding, I managed to beat the level by just bean butter. And as a reward for the Child Massacre, we unlock the Coconut Cannon. This guy is great because he doesn't waste his shots like some plants, and instead you get to decide when to decimate your enemies. Also, look how angry they are, like bro, who coconutted in your cannon? We then kill 7 birds with 1 coconut and unlock a monetary incentive for murder. I then unlock Arena, which I ignore because I'm not Roman. Then I blew everybody up with Coconut Cannon. On day 14, the game decides to switch things up and have us plan our defense instead of building it over the course of the level. So I decide to switch things up too and use Coconut Cannon again. After blowing up more children than an American president, we are reunited with the Three-Peter, who sucks. Also, if you were unable to figure out what Three-Peter does, luckily the game pre-plants him for you, just in case you don't know how to freaking read, I guess. He also has one of the worst plant foods in the entire game. What are you trying to hit? But scientifically, having multiple heads does impede your function, so I guess at least it's realistic. Moving on, in the next level, we're tasked with protecting these spring beans, which actually makes sense given how goddamn lazy they are. So in order to protect them, I obviously make a complex and nah, I'm just kidding, I use Coconut Cannon again. Intelligence is for the weak. You'd be wise to remember that. With that done, in the next level, we're tasked with killing 20 zombies in 30 seconds, which I complete accidentally just to prove how cool I am. We're then introduced to the pirate captain, who's got a little parrot that flies around and steals stuff, except when he doesn't, because his AI is whack. After proving to this imp cannon that I've got the biggest balls of them all, we move on to the next level, where I have to survive with the given plants. But it's no challenge for me, because I've already been there and done that. Come on, that was funny. The only challenge was making it symmetrical, which I failed to do, so you may now cast me out of the Plants vs. Zombies community forever. And so I won, but at what cost? But it's okay, because we get Spike Rock, which, is this even a plant? I mean, it's a rock, but it looks like it's made of, I don't know. Anyway, in the next level, we have to stop the zombies from crossing the flower line, so I do just that and vent out my frustrations by beating up a piñata. Also, there weren't even any barrel rollers in that level. Why would you introduce Spike Rock in the level right before it? Anyway, after laughing at the poor, the game decides to feed my ongoing Coconut Cannon addiction by forcing it into my loadout. Yeah, earlier in the video when I said I was gonna diversify my plant usage, yeah, I lied. I forgot that this guy was in the game. Bringing Coconut Cannon into the next level ended up being my downfall, however, as I never got enough sun to plant the dang thing, and ended up having to waste a lawnmower. Which got me thinking, why isn't the game called Lawnmowers vs. Zombies if these things can kill them so easily? Man, this game is so unrealistic. Anyway, that's Lucy's character arc for the video. Watch me forget it like 2 levels from now. Anyway, after choosing cremation over burial, which probably isn't the best for the ocean now that I think about it, we get to have an extra seed slot to slot our seed into to make this a lot more pleasurable of an experience. Then comes my favorite level in all of Plants vs. Zombies. No stupid gimmicks or level objectives, just wave after wave of zombies and a pre-planned defense so you can watch the carnage. Then I lost, god damn it. Then next time around we bring more coconut cannons and then we win. Then in the next level, I lose almost immediately because I wasn't paying attention and a zombie stepped on my flowers, god damn it. So in order to correct this grievous error, instead of failing, I decide to succeed, and then I do, because I'm just that good. On the next day, we protect some more spring beans that are somehow almost as useless as I am. And I'm left-handed, so that's quite the achievement. Once that's settled, we unlock Cherry Bomb, who acts like me in the Taco Bell restroom. But it's just in time, because now it's time to fight the final boss of the world, which is the same one as last time, who tells Penny that she is adopted. And then we have to fight the Zombot. And this one is a lot tougher than the last one, because instead of shooting graves, now he shoots imps. That's it, that's literally the only difference. And based purely off this fight, we can now officially confirm that coconuts do in fact kill more people than sharks do. Suck on that, power scalers. Then finally, through the power of my massive coconuts, we defeat Dr. Zombot and complete. And we unlock the Wild Lucy West. So I suppose I'll see you in the next video for that, in like 6 months or so. Anyway, subscribe to stay 10 million lives each year. Bye.